Well, so Mamavi, good morning to you.
Good morning,
And we have to do the discussions, but you know, we're still coming to terms with the gruesome murder of the late captain of the Ghana Armed Forces, Captain Maxwell Mahama.
Yeah.
And, well, we've had some discussions with the Chief of Army Staff, as well as the police also giving us their versions. And I know we're going to capture that adequately on AM Talk this morning.
Definitely. We're giving you the latest updates. We know that there are, different news going around on social media. Some saying the assemblyman has been captured and so on and so forth. We urge you to stick with us. We'll tell you what is actually facts, what is not. So on AM Talk, we'll have a detailed conversation on this. But Maxwell Agbagba is also hitting the streets today. Perhaps we can even begin the conversation here. Do you trust the police? That's the simple question we're asking. Do you trust the police? That question will be on Facebook, but you can also send us a WhatsApp message or the regular text message using the same WhatsApp number, Roland. Do you trust the police? Okay, go ahead.
I've been robbed.
I know, and there's a long pause.
I've been robbed, so I'm a bit biased when it comes to
It's true.
A lot of them are my friends, though. I have very young people.
I get it. We all do have friends who are police officers. But let's read some messages that you've sent through. Abdul Wahab Yusuf at airports in Sunyai says, a very good morning to you too. In fact, I've never been sad in my life like yesterday. Tuesday, I couldn't concentrate on my work the whole of yesterday, hearing the sudden death of Captain Maxwell. May his soul rest in peace. God help Ghana. Indeed, I think that all the messages coming through really from yesterday and this morning has all been
and especially when you look at the pictures and you see a woman who is dousing the body with fuel or whatever it is, and before it's going to be burnt.
Yeah.
I said, how can people be so callous? We become a people who are as if we don't have empathy, we don't have emotion. Look, Ghana, who said that we are good people?
Yeah.
Every time we go to church, every Sunday we're going to church, Friday we're in the mosque.
Yeah.
Those who be praying traditionally with their gods, they are doing it, they pray to God in Yamin.
But we're wicked inside. We're wicked inside. Here's one that says,
innocent
today someone is killed, tomorrow someone is killed. We're always hearing, and kindly do not call my number, because if you call, really what you're doing is to just distract the reading of the messages. End result such okay, so Isahaku Tahiru in Bimbila, you send us a message. We appreciate the message that you send. Kindly do not call the WhatsApp number. Here's one that says, I'm enjoying your news every day. Good morning. That's from Mohammed in Gushego. We appreciate that. Another one says, great message by Roland. I always get inspired whenever I listen to the two. Keep it up. That's from Hello Richard in
we have Patricia Gasu to thank for our production assistant. They help us a lot with the motivational messages. And we have to thank Patricia Gasu for that message yesterday and today. And today, and this week we're focusing on positive attitude.
On positive attitude.
Despite all the negativity, Okay, you have the Daily Graphic.
I've got the Daily Graphic newspaper of today. Front page of the paper, President names cabinets. That was in AM News. JB's killers rearrested after discharge. We know that they were allowed to go just for just for a short while yesterday, and then they were rearrested. We'll get into a bit of details of that. Council of State denies negotiating $2.25 billion bond with minority. We know they also issued a statement. We'll hold CEOs' feet to the fire to perform. That's Vice President saying that Captain Mahama's gruesome murder stuns nation. That's the banner headline in the Daily Graphic newspaper of today. Let's go to page 58 on this other issue that came yesterday on the late Member of Parliament's killers and the discharge, subsequent rearrest is in the paper. It says the two men standing trial in connection with the murder of a former Member of Parliament for Abuakwa North, Mr. J.B. Dankwa Edu, were discharged by the Criminal Division of the Accra High Court yesterday. The two, Daniel Esiedu and Vincent Bosu, were discharged by the court after the Attorney General had filed a nolle prosequi to discontinue with prosecution. However, the two men were not free yet, as they were rearrested by heavily armed policemen immediately after the court sitting. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Ms. Gloria Ekofu, told the Daily Graphic that her outfit decided to no longer prosecute the two accused persons because after reviewing the case docket, it realized that there was the need for further investigations. And according to her, the investigations could not go on while the trial was still underway. So we know that more investigations going to be carried out. And then we'll see how this one goes. We'll see what kind of charges that are preferred against them after this whole thing. But just a little bit of this Council of State denial. Says the Council of State has denied media reports which suggest that the Council has been approached by the Minister of Finance or the President to negotiate with a group on the $2.25 billion bond transaction. A statement issued by the Acting Secretary to the Council said the attention of the Council had been drawn to the false publication in a private newspaper, which subsequently became the subject for various media discussions on Monday, May 29, 2017. Let's turn attention to the back page of the graphic. Elmina chiefs invoke God to punish fishermen who use chemicals for fishing. Interesting. Nana Kondria, the Oman of Edina traditional area, and his elders clad in red and black to express their displeasure at the illegal fishing in the area. And that's on the back page of the graphic. Roland?
We have the Daily Guide. It has on the front page a picture there of the late Army Captain Maxwell Mahama. It says a soldier lynched, 5 arrested, residents flee. And this particular picture, when I see it, I got so incensed. The woman dousing that body there, and you can see, I don't know whether we have no human feeling. And she's even married. And I'm sure she has children. If you have children, would you want a child of yours to be treated this way? This is so sad.
You can only be a witch to be able to do that.
Seriously. And you can see others also watching on. There are women, there are men, young people. Even if the person is a thief and you have beaten the person, disarmed the person, do you have to kill the person? If you have disarmed the person, why don't you then carry the person to the police station? If you have disarmed the person is incapacitated. Why do you have to go to the next step of killing the person? It takes somebody who is wicked to do this.
It takes a witch to get closer to a dead body to say that I am lighting a fire on you, Ben. I mean, like, who does that? And you know, there are so many questions that we're still asking 2 days after this incident. Lots of questions. We'll see where we get to today. But Roland, you're done?
We have other stories. The JB killers freed for fresh charges, and then 14 grabbed over Somanya mayhem. It's all chaos on the front page of the Daily Guide.
Yeah.
Well, Nana Adudankwe Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, has named his cabinet ministers.
You know, the 14 that were arrested in Somanya, they also refused bail. So they're still in custody. And the lawyer for the 14 say he's going to go to a higher court to try and get bail since the offense is available. But let's do the Finder newspaper, front page of the Finder now. Shovel attack in Free for All kills graduates. Fresh probe into JB's murder as court discharges the 2 suspects on trial. Mahama's killers 5 caged. The Ghana Armed Forces confirms he was on sanctioned duty. Captain Mahama's killers will not go free. That's the president saying there. Mahama consoles lynched soldiers' family. That's also another headline in the paper today. But let's see where we can do bits and pieces of some of the stories on the front page of the paper. This one says 5 out of 80 people screened in connection with the gruesome murder of Captain Maxwell Mahama have been handed over to the Central Regional Police Command. The 5 whose identity are yet to be disclosed were found to have questions to answer on the incident which occurred at Dencho Boise in the Central Region. And according to information, no female is among the 5 suspects. It goes on to give details, but we've also got details to share with you right here on the show this morning. We'll tell you what the Chief of Army Staff has been saying. Also, the Central Region Police. We know the case is not going to be transferred to Accra. The Central Region Police Command is taking charge of the case. However, the body will be, I think the body is in Accra already, because this information was yesterday. So the body should be in Accra already. And there's something that an uncle to the deceased said yesterday that touched me so much, and I think it touched a lot of people, that as an army person, you sign on to save lives, to protect lives, not to be killed by the same people that you sign on to protect. And as an army person, you expect to die in war, not to die by the hands of the people that you sign on to protect. And it's a shame that we're here as a people today.
Anyway, so we have the Ghanaian Times. So we go to the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Is horrific. Army officer lynched, military swoops on town, arrests 5 suspects. And you have a picture there of Captain Mahama. I see this picture. Just President Akufo-Addo, others console Captain Mahama's family. President names 19-member cabinet, and JB Dankwa's killers discharged. Another tragic incident that happened, rocked the nation last year, February, I believe. But Attorney General promises to rearrest and prefer fresh charges. Charlie Ghana.
You're through?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Let's do the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Murder of the captain, military wants DCE sacked for talking by heart, and that's in quotes. And I don't want to look at the other picture that's on the front page of the Daily Dispatch, but let's see. The paper is reporting that according to credible information reaching the Daily Dispatch, it indicates that military personnel in various military barracks across the country want President Akufo-Addo, who is also the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, to immediately sack the district chief executive for Upper Dentro West District's Mr. Daniel Apienin. Many are angry that the DCE has been talking by heart by alleging that the late Captain Maxwell Mahama was the head of a military detachment in the area protecting a group of Chinese nationals who were illegally mining gold in the Upper Wassa forest. The DCE made these allegations yesterday on Adom FM's morning show, Jasom and Sem. But listen, whether, you know, granted that, yeah,
no,
he was...
Were they detailed by the military?
Exactly. Because if you're in the army
did he
and you're on assignments...
Did he take himself from his bungalow or his apartment in Birmingham to go and do that? No.
Exactly. That's a very important question for anybody who is even a government representative, a representative of the president. That's the first thing you must be thinking about. Because you should know that
baloney for you to say that. Did he take himself up? An army captain cannot just take himself out from his bungalow or his flat in Birmingham and just decide to drive with his people and say, I'm going to protect a Chinese now. He was detailed by institutions or people.
But listen, they just don't... Roland, just even stretch the arguments a bit. Are you justifying what has happened to him with those comments? Are you saying that he deserves what has happened to him because he was there working? I think we should just take the working. He was there. He was on duty. It doesn't matter what he was doing. He certainly didn't deserve that. And I think many people are angry with those comments by the DCE. We'll see the action that the man who is in charge of the Ghana Armed Forces...
What even annoys
this
me?
Is one of his men, by the way.
Many of those who murdered him will never come close to him by way of the standards by which is achieved in a short life,
No way. No way.
And you just go and kill somebody.
Yeah. No way. So, you know, in the wake of all that has happened, we know that the military stormed the community. Surprisingly, a lot of Ghanaians are hailing them. You know, some people are also criticizing them for the heavy high-handedness, if you like. So we're asking, do you trust the police? Because the police are supposed to be our first point of call. But would you go to them first if you had the option of going to the military or the police? Which one would you choose? And this one says, Mamavi, I don't trust the police. In fact, they should leave the army to do their own investigation. And this is like re-echoing what a lot of
people. I said my house was raided or burgled into. They just told me I should just take pictures.
You.
And the next day they will come.
You, the victim.
I should take pictures and then rearrange my house. And the next day they will come. I said,
did you take a name?
It's okay. I said, if I'm going to take pictures and rearrange my house, then what are you coming to investigate? Because it doesn't make sense. People broke into my home.
You can understand why people don't even report to the police when thieves come into their house. You take pictures.
For example, currently,
and they'll come the following day.
I got a crash. My car got spoiled. I need a police report. And they said I have to personally come. And I know why they want me to personally come.
Take some secret recorder and record them.
Well,
seriously.
You know, sometimes
we won't take it anywhere. We'll just play it on TV. Wow. Wow. This is where we are. You see why people don't trust you.
I said,
and it won't be the entire force.
I said put together my report, and when I come and pick it up. They say I should personally. Oh, dear, bra.
Did they come to the scene?
Yes, bra. I said, look, you finished with everything. Compile my reports for me. Let me see what I can do.
It's a shame. More messages. This one says, the injustices in our law courts, authorities' influence in reported cases, slow response of the police, uneducated masses of the rural areas, absence of equipped police posts in the rural areas, political influence in reported cases, the neglect of the poor in terms of protection, etc., lead to, please don't call the phone, lead to instant justice by a mob. That's Collins Labi, who's watching the show in Koko. And some people are using very unfriendly words. We're all very angry at what has happened, but it doesn't mean we should use, really strong words. Okay, here's another one. Says, good morning. You guys are looking great. Well, we thank you. Can we get GRA to answer questions on this 3% flat rate starting tomorrow? Because the understanding is not clear. That's Richard inside Kumasi sending us this one. Here's my good friend MD Kwesi Emma. Who is now in Koforidua? Yes, you are. Says ASP Osei Edu Ajiman should not stir. Hey, okay. Who are you talking about? I'll take my time and read your message before I share it. Let's go online.
All right, so let's go online. We go to myjoyonline.com, and Mavi Ghana apparently has signed a great industrialization deal with India. And India, according to the projections, by 2025 will become on the top 3 countries in the world.
Where would we be?
Ghana. We'll still be languishing there. We don't have projections as to where we'll be by 2025. Talks more about what we do. So we have other stories.
Yeah, there are pictures of Captain Mohammed's lynching. DSO 10's Goodstown as residents flee. I don't know. I think it was, just a good number of them would be ignorant.
Yeah, sure.
Yesterday, I had a professor explain the mob actions and the thinking behind crowd. Said something that's really, really got me. A crowd, there are individuals that make up a crowd, but when the crowd scatters, there's no crowd. You get it? It's not. So
there's nobody. You can find nobody.
Exactly. Because at the time when the action is being carried out, it's just, one voice, one big voice that says, let's do it. And everybody is signed up to do it as a crowd. But when they are done and they scatter, when there is no crowd, that's when the individuals begin to realize what they've done. But at that point, there's no crowd. Okay, all right. So we've got photos of the sad incident. Last African dinosaur discovered in Moroccan mine. Yes. I know the children, all the children will be excited.
Yeah, all the kids will be excited. Dinosaur.
They buy
the graffitis and the toys.
Yes. Yeah.
The last time I went to buy a bed sheets.
Dinosaur sheets.
One of the...
Yeah. You can make your curtains and everything dinosaur.
And then a son wanted a birthday present.
Dinosaur.
And he was so livid. He continued for 2 days. I went to buy. I didn't buy. Because when I was paying for it, I dropped it. He came home. He said, "Charlie,
dinosaur."
Where's my dinosaur?
I don't know. I think like every boy child is into dinosaurs. My 5-year-old
and they know the
names of the
something Varol and something.
And then you come, mommy, riddle.
Santisarol and all that. And I said,
it's crazy.
In my world, in my time, where was I going to take a look at dinosaur? Unless no, it wasn't something to the animal kingdom. Journey to the Animal Kingdom. Yeah, so it used to be shown on GBC.
Yeah.
You know.
Now there's Andy. And,
no. And then they used to have Toyota Wildlife.
Yeah.
Even that one they showed normal, not
a lot of dinosaur stuff. There's a famous one, which is Andy and the dinosaurs or something like that. So if you have, what we are saying is, if you have a little child, a boy child, you're looking for a perfect birthday gift, you can't go wrong with anything dinosaur. And they love it.
There's other one, some turtles. They are old.
Oh, is it a Ninja Turtles?
They are old, but they are turtles. They walk, but they are turtles.
Yes.
Okay, so this is sad.
Yeah, we're back to this issue, and it's our biggest challenge in Ghana today. Captain Mahama Lynch Bar Association wants police to probe thoroughly. We know there are a good number of organizations and institutions coming out to condemn this action. The Ghana Bar Association is one of them. The political parties have also issued statements as well, and the Christian Council has also come out. Let's move on though. Parliament to summon AG over JB Medha suspect's discharge. Would they still insist on this when they know that they've been rearrested and then there are more investigations going to be carried out? Minority condemns barbaric murder of soldier, urges restraints. Also on our page this morning, soldiers lynching, not surprising. Man returning from all night was nearly killed. And there are so many stories. This is just one of. There's so many stories of innocent people who have been killed because just a group of people just pointed them out and said thief, 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 and nobody would even hear them. So, you know, this is also bringing a conversation.
Okay, so the people in the area, this is not the first time they've been...
No. Unless there are things that I heard yesterday, but I don't want to, repeat them on air because it doesn't make sense to me. Nobody can say that a group of people have like a warlike thinking. Really?
Nah.
Nobody can say that. Captain Mahama's killers will pay.
We don't have warlike thinking.
See? So there are lots of stories on our page this morning, myjoyonline.com. 4 arrested assemblyman on the run over murder of soldier, but we know that it's 5 people who have been arrested now.
Yeah.
Okay. Rollins calls for cool heads over soldiers killing. He's also one of the prominent persons in Ghana who's added his voice to this.
Okay. So let's go to City FM Online quickly, and then we'll go to the Africa page of the BBC. Exclusion of local government minister from cabinet worrying. Minority to vehemently resist $2.4 billion bond. And change Ghanaians voted for must not be in vain. Martina Amidu. He's called Citizen Vigilante, former Attorney General of the Republic of 5 arrested over Captain Mahama's gruesome killing. Go up. Oh. Who can kill such a soul? Captain Mahama's murder, what we know so far, infographics. Charlie.
Yeah.
Look the man in face. Nice man. Handsome man.
Here's MD Kwesi's message, and okay, so now I get your message. Says, okay, here we go. ASP or say Edu Ajiman should not stir up anger this morning. He should, where are we? He should be sacked from his post. The military should leave so that they get what witnesses. The assemblyman should be behind bars because, according to report, he mobilized the mob. The military is also a law enforcement agency. They can also do investigation. The police should stay away from this cry. How can you have so little respect for human life? How? I'm so angry. Yeah, all of us are really, really angry at this. MD Kwesi, my friend in Koforidua. Thank you very much for this message.
Okay, so we have soldiers accused of raping aid workers. And that's the Africa page of the BBC. Look, these body are not proper soldiers. You know, they just pick them from there. They say they don't get proper training. They say they're soldiers. 13 South Sudanese soldiers go on trial over the alleged rape of foreign aid workers in Juba last July. Sad again. You go up the Morocco protests over arrested activists, and apparently As part of the Africa highlights, Biafra shut down Nigeria and a cash is thrown at the dead Ugandan socialite.
Oh.
Okay, but she's still dead though.
That's an insult, isn't it?
No, thrown at her like whoa, but it is honor.
So that's like honor.
Well, say Omusi.
Oh, okay, I get that. Okay.
And then apparently, despite the fall worms besieging Southern Africa, etc., South Africa apparently has the biggest maize harvest for 40 years. Can't believe it.
We can't say same.
Thrive on the crop, etc. We wait for the fall worms to devour our crops. You speak to the heads of the department, they tell you that they never saw it coming.
Okay, the question we're asking, do you trust police? Umar from Upper East. Pusiga says the police are not to be trusted because they're using for business. Okay, this one says, hello, Mama V. Oh, hello, you there. Thanks for sending us a message. Oh, that's all you say. Well, thank you. Kindly include your name when you send us a message. Just the very last one, and we've got to run and make way for Benedict with sports. This one says the police should stay away and allow the military to operate because people fear the military. Okay, people fear the military more than the police. May God have mercy on Mother Ghana. Good morning to you and your team. Well, we thank you very much. But let's not forget, police has a certain kind of work. Police is supposed to be with us. The military, not so much. But here we are today with this case confronting us and a lot of people trusting the military to do a far better job than the police. Keep your comments coming through and stay with us. It's a Wednesday, so we've got AM Business and then we'll have AM Talk. We've got a conversation, a girly conversation on menstruation. But we want the boys and the men to be part of this
what
conversation.
About menstruation?
Everything about menstruation, everything about it, because you know a day is set aside actually for us to talk about it, to talk about the challenges, to do a lot more education. So for us girls and women, menstruation accompanies us everywhere, home, school, and even the workspace.
Have you met men who
we're
feel
talking about it today. And we're educating the men.
Please don't educate. I'm well educated on the subject.
Is an ambassador, and we like that very much. We want men to talk about menstruation. And if you're a girl,
Israel
don't
is
hide
an ambassador.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. We're proud of it as women and girls, and we want all girls watching us this morning to be comfortable, even when they are in their periods. So we're talking about the subject.
You know he doesn't like talking
alone. Oh, Roland, Justice Beidou has...
menstruation ambassador.
Oh my, okay, stay with us. We've got sports coming up. See you.